Hello, my little brigade. How y'all doing? Gaming Horseman. And we are back with the Muldoon logs. Jurassic Park, VHS, and Encore, baby, from Ali Awada. Now, if you don't remember what happened last time, well, go watch the video. What you doing? I'll summarize it quick. They tried to get the raptor from the juvenile's mouth. Rafe said the computer saw a fourth raptor. And then that took too much time to the point where the adult Rex got around them and started chasing them out of the enclosure. Then someone died at the jungle cruise because of a Dilophosaurus spitting at them and them falling off the wall. And that's what we're probably going to pick up. But before we jump on in, go show some love to Ali Awada by clicking the link in the description to go to the channel and watch the video yourself in a different tab before you watch my reaction, or, watch it after as well. To give him some watch time, show him some love. It helps out a lot. It really does, especially helps them make sure that people actually want to keep seeing this. Without further ado, let's dive on in. September 1991, Isla Nublar.
Have you had a chance to watch the footage, Jerry?
Yeah, I did, Muldoon.
What do you think? Have you seen anything like this before?
Not with the Dilos, no. What exactly did the foreman say to you he saw?
He said it spat at Manuel.
And Manuel was on the retaining wall?
Yes, we're talking some 50 feet up, Jerry.
Wow.
He said it spat something, hitting Manuel in the face. The man begins screaming, complaining he can't see. He said he stumbled blindly towards the barrier and fell over the wall into the enclosure.
Oh, that's Dilo.
Yikes, that's crazy.
He survives the fall,
Yep,
tries to stand, starts shaking, and then the foreman described him as not moving.
Paralytic.
I sounded the horns. You know more than anyone how the Dilos are pretty responsive to the horns. And Arnold told me all of them are in the holding pen now.
Where are they taking Manuel?
Probably Bahia and Nasco.
Okay. Where are you now?
I'm heading to the holding pen to see what I can find out, Jerry. To
Bring
the rear
protective
of
gear.
the river cruise is the Dilophosaurus holding pen. This pen is used to round the animals. Jerry Harding accidentally discovered that the Dilos are particularly responsive to the sound of horns. So horn recordings are blasted from speakers around the Dilo paddock that help herd the animals into this holding pen.
It's like an alpha call,
The
maybe?
pen is deliberately maintained several degrees cooler and at a lower light level than the surrounding paddocks because the Dilophosaurs carry a known genetic skin disorder, which leaves their skin unusually susceptible to ultraviolet exposure.
Damn.
Prolonged sunlight results in rapid sunburn, blistering, and possible secondary infection. For that reason, shade is paramount in their enclosure. You'll notice that within their enclosure is dense canopy cover. Artificial and controlled lighting cycles limiting UV exposure. The cooler, darker environment keeps the animals calmer, reduces pacing, and prevents visible skin damage. It's quite a small area, and there are 7 animals in here.
Yeah.
The Dilophosaurs are painfully shy dinosaurs. InGen made 2 batches of them, and Henry Wu was quick to jump on the idea of having the most up-to-date recreations, and began work on sequencing the genome of Dilophosaurus sinensis, the newer of the Dilo species, fossils of which having been excavated as recently as the 80s. This species is smaller, and there's 4 of them in here. Hammond saw the 4 adults Henry had recreated, and wasn't too impressed. He insisted Henry genetically engineer the Dilophosaurus weatherilli, the larger of the 2. 3 of them were cloned, and both species live in this same enclosure here at Jurassic Park without issue.
Okay, so we got the big ones and the small ones. You got the more accurately described massive Dilophosaurs, because if you didn't know, Dilos are actually huge. They don't have frills, but they do have the crest, and they don't spit venom. Where the Jurassic Park Dilos are smaller.
I want to show both species if possible. Both are nocturnal, so it's very likely that they are sleeping at the moment.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is Dilo sinensis, the smaller species. These guys are less prone to the sunburn skin issue.
Oh.
Yet I have witnessed peeling between the crests if they're out of the shade for prolonged periods of time. These guys grow to about 4 foot tall and are mostly timid.
Mostly.
Yet they start to become curious about you pretty quickly if you hang about them for a bit. However, they tend to be pretty quiet most of the time. Sorry, girl. Back to sleep.
Yeah, he's like, who the hell are you waking me up for? It looks good, I won't lie.
Hear that?
I mean, we all do it. You see a lion, have no idea what it's for, but your brain is like, should I join it? It's crazy.
How did he know an ad was coming? He said here that an ad happened. That's some foreshadowing there.
Hear that? If you didn't know there were Dilophosaurs here, you'd be forgiven in thinking that what you're hearing is the hooting of an owl. But it's no owl. That's the call of Dilophosaurus weatherilli.
The bigger
They
one?
actually creep me out. Like I said, they're the larger of the two
Yeah.
species,
The
but they're
wetherilli are
actually
bigger.
quite attentive to people. I would say the closest thing to them would probably be Australia's cassowary.
Well, that's not too comforting, considering cassowaries can go from calm to very territorial to fucking gouged in the chest with a kick.
But they are quite remarkable animals. They tend
I think I
to
can see it
deeply
just
focus
barely.
on their handlers and study them closely. And they have what I believe to be a very haunting characteristic. And I want to document such. She's right there.
I was gonna say, yeah, I see
I'll
her.
just get her to step out.
If you can't see it, look between the fence gate to the right as he's moving left. Or maybe not. Was I looking in the wrong spot? That, right there. That's the Dilophosaur. Right there, look, you have the crest, mouth, teeth, eye. Yep, there she is. Big girl.
Shit! And this is why they creep me out. See this behavioral display? They
The
seem
thrill?
to size up their opponent in an attempt to intimidate equally sized threats. As you can see, this girl is quite a bit larger than the sinensis species, the green ones. She stands at about 8 foot tall,
Definitely
which already
bigger.
gives a cassowary a run for its money. But this display would make anyone fear for their lives. The first time I encountered this animal was on orientation to the park, and it was nighttime.
Oh,
this
God.
thing nearly made me fire an entire round into my pants with that creepy sway and hooting it does. But it's absolutely a beautiful animal with
Okay, so how he mentioned that they're very attentive to their handlers and watch them. As in they want to eat them or they actually like them.
that jaguar-like hide and those red crests atop its head. That's a chopper coming to collect Manuel from the Dilo enclosure. I'm waiting for them to airlift him out, and then I want
Look at
to
the
enter
size
while these
difference.
girls are still in here. But by
God
the looks
damn.
of it, it'll be evening before
That is
Regis
pretty.
makes the call to allow any of us to re-enter the enclosure. He's the park's PR person,
Oh,
and what
lovely.
that means here is he needs to make sure any accident is promptly contained and no one asks questions.
That is so beautiful. Holy hell, that red. I love it. It's so beautiful.
I'm now in the Dilophosaur enclosure proper. This habitat is currently part of two major rides at the park.
Yeah.
The electric vehicle tour and the Jungle River cruise. The back end of this paddock leads up to the retaining wall that poor Manuel fell off.
No, poor Manuel.
I've become so curious to see something that I thought I saw when I first peered down off the wall, and then later thought I spotted in the footage.
The puddle of black goo or the blood? I don't know if it was the venom or the blood from his head after he cracked it. The fuck?
Here's the retaining wall,
Yeah.
and here's where Manuel landed. The poor soul's helmet is still in the water, and this is the interesting part that I wanted to take note of.
I guess that's not blood. Yeah,
This
no.
black substance pooling around the helmet.
It looked like blood, but no.
Let me take a closer look.
That's the venom.
On the water here, I don't like thick, black, almost tar-like. Not
Wow.
natural runoff, not oil.
No
It's,
shit.
Viscous. It doesn't smell like anything I recognize.
Are you sure it isn't decomposed plant matter or resin? That enclosure's humid, plenty of biological breakdown. Don't touch your face, whatever you do. Does it feel warm? Any reaction on your skin?
Negative on the heat. It's cold, actually. But it's not sap. Sap doesn't coat like this. It's not like honey.
Dilophosaurs aren't known to excrete anything like that. Are there injuries on the Dilos? Any signs of illness?
That's the troubling part. I checked them after we herded them into the holding pen. Clean, alert, no visible trauma, no lethargy. Yet this substance is on some of the railings atop the wall Manuel fell from. I can easily understand slipping on something like this.
You're implying some kind of defensive secretion, Muldoon.
Yeah?
I'm moving in deep.
Did you guys already forget that he said that he saw something hit Manuel in the face, and Manuel started complaining he can't
But
see
Jerry,
and then fell?
I'll sweep the perimeter first, then work inward. If there's more of that substance, it won't all be on bare rock.
Proceed slowly. Dense vegetation traps residue. Anything expelled with force will settle low once gravity takes over. Watch for patterns, not just accumulation. Smears and streaks, pooling at the base of stems. That's where behavior leaves its fingerprints.
Water's cloudy here, silt and organic matter, but nothing stands out yet. No sheen on the surface, no discoloration.
That's good.
If this were waste runoff, I'd expect a gradient. There's nothing consistent.
That's why the lower vegetation matters, Robert. Fecal waste follows predictable patterns. It breaks down quickly in water, disperses evenly, clings loosely to plant matter. You'd see diffuse staining, microbial bloom, a smell, ammonia, sulfur compounds.
Something, yeah.
It certainly wouldn't appear elevated unless carried by flood surge, and the Jungle River hasn't flooded to that scale.
So if it's concentrated under the brush,
Then it suggests deposition, not runoff.
I'm checking the bases now. Nothing, just rot, mud, and insect life. Normal decay. If this substance was here recently, it's not widespread. Whatever happened, it happened in a narrow corridor.
That narrows the event window. It means the worker didn't stumble into a contaminated area by chance. He intersected it. And if there's no residue beneath the vegetation elsewhere, then this isn't a chronic biological byproduct. It's episodic.
I don't like episodic animals, Jerry. Especially ones we think we understand. I'm coming up empty so far. No pooled residue in the low spots. Either it would...
Yeah, episodic. Doesn't
It's
this
clean-
basically mean, like, every now and then something new will happen?
by the
or
rain, or
something
it was
unknown?
never meant to linger.
Or it was precise. Used once.
Mark my words, Jerry, there's more to the Dilos than we know.
Players make the game. What we've learned from
As I was saying, yep.
Mark my words, Jerry, there's more to the Dilos than we know. I've reached drier ground now, no standing water. If that black substance was carried by runoff, it should thin out here.
We'd need to examine the cellular architecture under light microscopy. If it's fecal in origin, You'll see fragmented plant cells, microbial colonies. If it's secreted tissue, you'll find organized structures, glandular cells, protein matrices.
So you're looking for intent again, design versus waste.
Precisely. If it's a bodily secretion or there's an enzymatic agent involved, histology will show proteins, crystallized enzymes, or storage vesicles.
Let me run something by you, Jerry.
Sure.
Is it possible that this substance is a kind of venom?
Oh,
Picture it like this. That substance behaving like a hunting aid. If it can be expelled accurately,
Which it
it
was.
explains the splatter height and why a man lost his footing so fast. A blinding or incapacitating agent meant to immobilize a prey item without a prolonged struggle.
Eat it
venom
alive.
as a projectile.
Yes, spitting cobra
I was gonna say
style.
cobras
That
do
would
it.
require specialized anatomy, not something that appears accidentally. Fossil records never suggested it. But I will admit our animals are already diverged from expectation.
Yep.
We sedate one and conduct exploratory surgery, check the maxilla, the jawline, the neck. If there are glands, ducts, anything resembling a storage structure, people are getting hurt because we're assuming limits that may not exist.
Muldoon, you know John would kick up a stink about putting one under the knife for the sake of exploration.
True, but let's say he's on board and we confirm anything even close to the idea of these animals being venomous.
Then you
Containment protocols must change immediately. The river cruise cannot stay as it is. Open boats filled with people. If these animals can project something outward, distance and shielding become mandatory.
Compies,
Alright,
god
Muldoon?
damn
Yeah,
it.
Jerry, compies.
Ah, the cleanup crew are there.
They're feeding on something, Jerry. Looks like hatchling birds. And Jerry, there's that same black substance.
Small prey wouldn't require physical restraint. This aligns far more with envenomation than blunt force predation.
If the Dilophosaurs did this, they didn't need to chase or climb. They let this substance do the work.
Venom used on prey implies a deliberate targeting behavior. Enough to kill birds, possibly enough to paralyze a man.
That means we're done pretending this is theoretical. Birds today, workers tomorrow, guests after that if we're careless. This confirms it for me. These animals are hunting, with more than teeth and claws, and the park is not designed for predators that hunt from a distance.
And watch yourself around the compies. Don't let them nip you.
This is one
Oh.
of 7 lookout points along the length of the Jungle River throughout the park. This
Oh yeah, because they're eating whatever was coated in the venom.
one peers into the Dilophosaur enclosure
So they can clearly... They don't get paralyzed.
specifically, but the others look out onto Sauropod Swamp to see the apatosaurs and hadrosaurs, etc., with the river eventually winding through the aviary. Still far from completion, but the general idea is guests can join the river cruise at any one of these 7 entry points, board a raft, and sail past several enclosures to get that up-close and personal experience that Hammond wants for all his guests. There's still a boarding ramp and jetty and things to add here, with the date of completion being somewhere before the end of next year. Yet regarding the Dilo specifically, Hammond definitely won't be thrilled about the idea of having large segments of this ride change so drastically. He's always said that he doesn't want his guests to feel like they are watching animals in a zoo. Getting them close to the animals is something he won't budge on. He always says everyone in the world has a right to enjoy these animals. Enjoy being the key word, not just view them, but enjoy them. But with safety in mind, either some sort of glass barricade needs to be erected alongside the electric fences to prevent the Dilophosaurs from shooting guests in the face.
Yeah, it's a lot less fun when you're riding a ride with like a water ride and you get splashed with water when the water's actually a paralytic and you go "Bleh."
With what is potentially venom. Or the rafts used on the Jungle River ride need to be enclosed. Both options call for divorcing the park visitor from the attraction. And if I know Hammond, which I do very well, he won't want to explore either option. I've got some movement in there. One of the Dilos might be taking a swim, which is rare. They
Yeah.
can swim, but all the workers here have never spotted one actually crossing water. So this might be a first.
Ooh, a fast. Dilo taking swim.
No way.
The fuck?
No.
Is that a raptor? That's a raptor. That is a motherfucking raptor right there.
No way.
And that's where it ends. Liking the video as always. that little face pops up. Ooh. Man, I wish more people would do that in my videos. But my lovely brigade, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It was really cool. I absolutely loved seeing the Dilophosaur. This shot right here. Look how beautiful that looks. And it's the size of a real Dilo. They're big. So the bigger ones were made after, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Did he say the bigger ones were made after or before? Because I thought he said at first they were big. Then he made a new batch that was smaller. And then 2 out of the small batch became the big ones. The big ones. Yeah, I think that's what he did. Either way, go show some love by clicking in the description. Ali Awada's channel. I had an ad when I was doing that. As I was saying, just go show some love by clicking in the description to Ali Awada's channel and going to watch the video either in a separate tab if you can. Watch it alongside me or watch it before you watch my reaction. Because honestly, I really enjoy these Muldoon logs by Ali Awada. I'm glad he's making them. If you agreed, go show love. But my lovely brigade, if you enjoyed my video, my talking sometimes, because sometimes I get so immersed I forget I'm recording. Please let me know in the comments or leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And if you're returning, please leave a like too. It helps out a lot. It really does. Because we gotta get those brigade numbers up. Come on! But I'll say what I always say at my end of my videos. Bye-bye.